Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we have an Andor Season 2, the possible release details, some plot and cast reveals, and an overview update into the regards of the first and possibly even the only Disney Plus Star Wars show for next year of 2025, guys. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from a different article than we have ever actually covered here on the channel before, soapcentral.com, which is such a bizarre and funny name, but I'll have their article linked in the description down below. As I had mentioned, they're per se just acting as an overview update and have also garnered all of this from other various sources such as The Hollywood Reporter or Bespin Bolton, StarWarsNewsNet.com, Comic Book Resource, etc., etc. And so, as their article reads, Andor Season 2, its possible release details, the plot, cast, and more about the upcoming 2025 Star Wars TV show. Among all of the Star Wars shows on the Disney Plus streamer, Andor has been one of the most popular ones, or at least successful ones, amongst both the critics and the fans alike. Fans have therefore naturally been eagerly awaiting for the second and unfortunately final season of Andor for the Disney Plus streamer, which also had marked the end of the series. Something that we do know as a confirmed is that it was initially conceived to be 5 seasons long, but they had kind of gone against that. Some of the actors and a lot of the crew members and cast members were also a bit against doing 5 seasons worth of the show, and would rather do longer seasons for one, but also more condensed of a storytelling, which has actually really favored in for what we have seen with Andor Season 1. It's all killer, no filler. Tony Gilroy, the showrunner behind and for Andor, had always envisioned it as a 2-part series where in the final part, Diego Luna's main character, Cassian Andor, will be taken up to the point of where he gets introduced in the Rogue One, the Star Wars movie. Even with a tight plotline like this, there is a lot of a scope of development when it comes to the story of Andor, especially for its second season, introducing and having more time jumps and a lot more going on with the characters, more characters essentially that are also going to be presumably in Andor's second season. Though the details of Season 2 have been mostly kept under wraps, especially into the regards of the plot details, and even at that for when it's going to be released, here is some of the stuff that we do know confirmed to be for the next Star Wars series in 2025. After Star Wars Skeleton Crew debuts on December 3rd on the Disney Plus streamer. So first things first, let's discuss the possible release date of Andor Season 2. What have we been hearing? Due to the production delays of the 2023 WGA and the Actors Guild strikes, the initial plan to release Andor Season 2 in the second half of this year, 2024, had actually been postponed. But let me just say that might actually have been for the better, as it actually seems to pan out that there wasn't really any Star Wars content planned for next year of 2025 on the Disney Plus streamer, especially, so it would have been a very dry and honestly boring year for the Star Wars franchise, outside of just simply waiting around for Ahsoka Season 2 and The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. The production for the 12-episode season had begun in November of all the way back in 2022, when the first season was actually still streaming and debuting new episodes, and had particularly even continued even after the beginning of the WGA strike, because they were able to do so, getting around with some of that, and being able to essentially film with what they were able to do so. However, in July of last year, 2023, when the actors had also joined the writers' strike to demand fair and equitable treatment from the studios, the production had halted completely. In January of this year, at the beginning of this year, the production had resumed and things were wrapped up in February of 2024. They came so close before the strikes had begun in Hollywood and only had about a month left of filming. I'm glad that they were able to do so though, however. Since Tony Gilroy had mentioned that past production of the season would take about a year, it can be also anticipated and expected that Andor Season 2 will premiere sometime during the first quarter of 2025, and that is exactly what a lot of the recent rumors rumors and reports have been indicating that we have also been talking about and covering here on the channel is that it seems that Andor Season 2 will, as I had mentioned, for one, be one of the only Disney Plus projects for a galaxy far, far away to be released on the Disney Plus streamer next year. Not just that, also one of the only live action ones, but that it would also be released sometime around March of next year is kind of what we're hearing, but it could be earlier. My understanding is honestly is that Andor Season 2 is done and squared away in a corner in Lucasfilm's headquarters. Essentially, they've been done with it probably for the better part of 3 to 6 months, and that's a common trope or a common trend that we have seen Lucasfilm do before. They did it with Skeleton Crew, they've done it with The Bad Batch, I'm pretty sure they've done it with like Ahsoka and The Mandalorian as well. You can't really rush it. It kind of boils down to a marketing and promotion status of things essentially, and how they're going to do a release order and being able to pan things out and not oversaturate. Like I said before, having Andor Season 2 released this year honestly would have sucked in the long run, not having really any Star Wars content to look forward to in 2025. So that there being said, anticipating for Andor Season 2 to release next year early on, probably around March is what we're hearing. What is actually Andor Season 2 even going to be about? What is the plot of Andor Season 2? The plotline of Andor Season 2 has also been kept under very tight vigilance, and information is really quite scarce, but I would assume that Cassian Andor would make a cameo. However, some lingering plot points from Andor Season 1 can also give us a bit of an idea of what Season 2 also might be dealing with and how that rolls over into the second season. Tony Gilroy, in a recent conversation and interview with the Rolling Stone, had already mentioned that things will be very different when the show comes back for its second and final season. He had also added, in quote, "The first year is really about him becoming, and the last line of this tragedy of 12 episodes will sum up where we've been trying to get to. We come back about a year later, will be very different. The next 4 years of the story are not about becoming a revolutionary, they're about learning to be a leader and how different it is to put the alliance together and what happens to people who are the original gangsters versus the establishment of a lot of different other issues." And so, this here all being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.